Oh no, we imploded.
Welcome back, everyone. There was explosions and other stuff during the break, and totally a Olog showed up.
Woohoo!
Well, he was there. He's just now more verbal.
Accurate.
A wild Olog appears.
Oh no!
You like throw like a random rock at him, like oh, and it just hits him in the head.
Go, Ola!
Really?
But I was supposed to capture you. It just hurt. Anyway.
Listen here, shit.
So, you guys have just managed to get your ship to be able to land under the water.
And Rechan successfully took a dump.
Yes,
Yep.
because you quite literally scared the crowd.
Scared the poop out of him.
Yep.
Somebody. I aim to help.
Just like randomly talking to him. Is that what you can like do from now on? It's like when he has to go to the bathroom, you're like just in the water closet, you're like, hey there!
Oh, you have hiccups? What?
Not anymore! My heart! Alright. So you will wait, of course, amount of time for the ship to land. And it will kind of move down the open column under the sea all the way to the bottom. There you have the dome shape open.
We have a problem.
You can close it up, though, and turn that off if you wanted to.
Well, no, the problem is... Well, I guess leave it open when we leave, I guess. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
We can't reset it, I was thinking, but doesn't matter, really. They'll just have a port open.
They probably have it that when it lands, it will automatically close up, and then the column will go down.
Ah.
When a ship something passes through it, it closes.
Okay.
However, the question is, how are we going to open it from inside the ship to get out?
Well, we could probably set it up just like it would be a landing, that we can open it and everything, leave, and it probably, I don't know if it'll automatically close when we leave, or just stay
One
open.
of the doors did stay closed, was sealed off, but you couldn't open while that opening thing was it.
Oh. Well, how the hell do we leave then?
I don't know. You're the one in charge of all the buttons.
Is there anything, well, once we have them landed and we can get to the ship, is there any controls on the other end?
In that area? No, there seems to be a couple of controls for like, well, there like some manual controls for like, some cranes to unload stuff. But as for actually like controlling the dome and stuff, there doesn't seem to be any controls in here.
So someone would have to stay behind.
Yep, that's what I'm getting. Unless we can figure out a way to set some kind of like timer or something. Or
I'll
I don't
invent
know,
one of those.
mechanic.
I'll invent one of those decks.
Just like press the button. I mean,
Well,
that's probably not the easiest solution, but it'll work, maybe.
but it is a solution.
It is a solution.
So what's the problem here? We need to hit the button.
There's like a set of buttons and levers that you have to press in order to get it that you could leave. But unfortunately,
Part of
it
that
seals off the person who's pressing them from the actual ship.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a
Recheck.
problem.
Somebody would have to be controlling the dome that we're going in
Let
and
me
out of.
check something.
Unless someone has some kind of teleportation magic.
Or like Mage Hand.
Well, it's
You
pretty
can be
far
on a
away.
mechanic, It's
Yeah.
way down a tunnel.
Unseen Servant.
Unseen Servant might work if you could... I don't know how smart it is to do all of it. It might be able to do all of them.
It can
I
do a
don't have
series of
anything
simple
to report,
commands,
so.
I believe.
Yeah.
Or you could have several unseen servants with if-then statements programmed.
You know, if I
Like-
had Unseen Servant, this would work.
Or someone has some type of teleportation magic. Maybe Rechan. But I don't know
He
why they
probably
trust
doesn't
Rechan.
have really... Well, I don't think he really necessarily would have teleportation magic because it's not as helpful in space, and he wasn't a warrior. Like, if he would fight other ships, he could have teleportation to get to other ships. He was an explorer.
Well, then maybe somebody from our ship has it once they get here.
I don't think teleportation magic is pretty high level. I mean, that's the only thing.
Well, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It just has to be.
Like, it could even be just like dimension door.
Yeah, which I think is like what, 3rd or 5th.
There is another one which I'm forgetting what it's called because of course I'm forgetful.
Dimension Door is only a 4th level spell.
Yeah. Misty Step.
Misty Step, yeah.
That's wizard. Anybody else have it for 2nd level?
Wizards, paladins can pick it up.
Sorcerer.
Misty Step. Let's see. Who can get Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard? Paladins can get it. I know because I have a paladin with it. I think bards can get it because they can pick up a spell in another class, but I'm not a high enough level bard yet.
Yes.
Level 3.
However, that does short range. It's only a 30.
We are level 3.
I know. It's if I had the level 3 spell slot, I could use animate dead and have a dead person do it.
We'd have to have a dead person first.
I mean, you know a dead person. He's technically
He's
not
already
dead.
animated.
Yes.
You can't animate it animated.
That's accurate.
I mean, you could try. Maybe you just get some more animated.
If we could somehow... Oh, wait.
I mean, do you want
if
him
we
more
could find one
animated?
of his
He's
traps
kind of...
and trigger it, we might be able to get him to do it.
He did say that if you needed any help, just to trigger the trap.
Fine.
We have to find one of his traps
Find
first.
one of his stupid traps. They weren't that hard to find.
Yes, but we hadn't seen any of them in this area.
And these are going to be the most deadly ones.
No.
Say that.
No.
However.
I hope they jump like plastic spiders, like ooh, something really, really dumb. Where
It's just like dead spiders. Actually, they were once alive.
It's just like the dried husks of husk spiders.
See, undead spiders much more
terrifying.
Yeah. I guess I'll go trap searching.
Or, hang on, the wording on this spell. Let me see, 1 second. I can technically send a sending message with sending to him.
Okay.
Because I am familiar with him.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. So, we'll send a message to him, basically saying, please meet us at the teleport, or...
At the
Did
dock.
he say he was familiar with how to get to the docks, or just to the
He took you
teleportation
to downstairs from here, so I mean, at least knows how to get there.
Okay.
We could just meet him there and have him walk up with us.
That's what I was figuring. Just try to be nice to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he is going to be my great grandfather. So, in-law.
Accurate.
Which
alright,
would
so
make
why
you
don't
a
we-
foxy lady.
So yeah, I'll send a message saying, please meet us at the teleportation circle to the docks. We need your assistance. Our ship has it already arrived at this point, or is it?
It's
just know
arriving. I mean,
Okay.
it'll probably take a while for it to like fly down and like successfully straight down through a water column. It does pretty.
Okay.
It pretty does decent speed, but you're also really deep under the ocean too. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just say it is going to be arriving soon, and we need your assistance from the other side once we get ready to go. It would be greatly appreciated.
Okay. Sure. The response will be, let's see here.
You didn't trigger my trap like I told you to.
No, it's like, okay. The response will be, of course, the voice is in my head, not again! You shall not defeat me this time!
Really? Really? So that's his response.
Yes.
I hit.
I'm gonna go start looking for traps.
I can do it again. I'm gonna use my other spell slot to do sending one more time, and just say, "This is Whisper, the cat lady, along with the little boy, and the old man, and we need your assistance to get off this stupid watery planet. Please come to the docks."
Okay. The response of 25 words will be maniacal laughter the entire time.
Now, is that one word per ha, or like how many ha's fits in a word?
I don't know.
Yeah, right. It's just ha 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 ha.
Why don't we say 25 ha's? I mean, or I guess when they compound off of a pause or something, you know, maybe like ha 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 ha. It would be like 3 words. We'll say.
Ah, good. It's that kid from Dexter's Laboratory then.
Yes. Look, he's yes.
Just that.
Yes.
I'm glad I cannot hear this.
Yeah, you just see Whisper like sitting there like.
Well, just like is looking at Whisper, is like, yeah, I assume he's being difficult.
Would you expect anything?
I have
else from
arrived.
I think he's here.
Wait, is she still hearing the blah-ha-has too?
Probably.
Probably.
I'm just gonna point to Olag and Olag and Cal and be like, "You two deal with him." I got him
Like,
here.
just like gives you finger guns. It's like,
Uncle Itchy!
Oh no! I probably shouldn't have arrived. Back away, kid, or I shall once again be forced to defend myself.
Back off, child.
if you want, it's usually a wise decision.
You smell funny.
So do you, but you don't see me complain.
It's been a while since I was able to take a bath.
I don't even have a nose, and you smell.
Ugh.
Well, he's got you there, Cullen.
Got your nose!
I'm
So-
pretty sure it decayed away a century ago.
Ugh. Kellen, why don't you show Uncle Litchi how to operate the controls that we're going to need him to do?
I'm going
And-
to do what now?
We just
You're
need
gonna
you to
push
push
the
some
buttons.
buttons. And she looks like a very exasperated mother look, just like, children. Children.
Watch what I can do.
Oh, it just looks
Are
like
you
the
dancing?
stereotypical grandfather.
No,
Not caring.
I'm starting to go back to where the control panel room is. I will show him on another panel what we're going to need to do since our ship's still coming down.
Would you also like to draw a diagram for him? Like 1, 2, 3, these are your steps you're going to take.
I'll tear a page out of my notebook.
Just to make sure.
Okay. Uh-huh. I believe I have this. When am I doing this?
Once we're on the ship.
All right, then.
If you want to practice, you can practice on this panel.
No, I shall be the best that there is. Do not worry.
Can I insight check that to see if he's actually got this?
Probably a good idea.
Because I really don't want to be like standing there waiting and he just like floods it on us.
I mean,
Or, when we're already in space and he opens the door again.
he's fairly confident he totally will be able to judge the time that he probably won't be able to judge.
Well, I can actually message him once
we
we're
can
in.
message you when we're ready.
That
Or
will
blink some
probably
lights
work
on the
better.
Yeah. Because from where he's at, he'll be able to see the ship, correct?
Well, once
Kinda like down in
everything
the-
opens up, yes.
Yeah.
But it's like the ship is coming down and then closing, and then there's like no way of seeing when you guys are actually like.
Who
Load it up.
designed this freaking place? God.
Normally, there probably would be a bunch of people that would be able to send information, or probably do exactly what you're doing and send message spells.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. There'd probably be dock workers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's probably a
All
guy
right.
standing out there in the middle with, flashing lights.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Go, go, go. Okay. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just.
They probably had like one of the amphibious people like just out there, so when it like unflooded with water, he'd still be there with the flashing lights the entire time.
Which would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hey, stop flashing me.
They do have fishy people in their grouping, so
But that's just fishy.
In their grouping.
in their grouping. All right, so your ship will indeed land, and you'll be able to make it to there, and you'll be greeted, of course, by the captain, the first mate, and everybody, and there'll be hugs and rejoicing as the time thought you were dead, and like this is been the most epic journey for you guys before finding them again.
Woohoo!
I was in a mechanical mountain.
You
It's been
did have
terrible.
many adventures up until
Many
returning to your
adventures.
cruise.
Yep.
And I go and hug my junk barrel.
It's like a barrel. It's like someone. You see this piece of paper nailed to it that's for resale. It says on it, and
I
someone goes
rip it
look,
off.
we did not think you'd be back, and we thought.
We've been talking to you this entire time.
Not the entire time.
Most of the time.
I'm hugging my barrel and rocking.
Enough.
Like, once a week. That's...
There also seemed to have been a betting pool that you would not have made it back alive.
What?
Wait, do we get money for me coming back alive?
No,
Yeah,
but
really?
the people that bet for you actually coming back alive will get some money.
Who are those people?
Let us see who actually participated. Lucky
Probably the people we were talking to.
Lucky voted for you to come back because Lucky, he goes for the luck, of course. Droon totally lost a bunch of money. He figured you all die.
Thanks, jerk.
I mean, it's one of those things. Reginald Fitzwilliam was totally up for you guys returning.
Yay!
I mean, those are the main ones from the officers that actually were, participating in this.
All right.
Some of them may have had their opinions, but they did not put gold in.
I probably, next time I'm working with Droon, give him, a clunk on the head and be like, shouldn't have doubted us.
Well, no, you
His
should
response to that would be he doubts anybody will ever come back alive once they leave.
That's probably fair.
He learned his lesson. He lost a crap ton of money.
Well, it wasn't a lot. He only put a little bit of money in. So.
Okay. Well, he lost some money.
Mm-hmm. And Lucky would be like, knew you had it in you, kid. Thump.
All
And I
right.
start working on my gun.
Yep.
The captain will eventually then bring you into her quarters before you would take off and into the I guess it's less the quarters and more into the chart room where Rechan now lives.
So into Rechan's bedroom,
Yes. Well, it's his fault for moving in there. I mean,
Yeah.
I plop down on his bed.
it smells of old man.
I was in a lich's bed earlier.
Whoa.
It's probably slightly better.
Whoa.
Probably. I mean, he's had
Probably.
1,000 years to desiccate and remove most spell from him. So
He's just dried out.
he's just dried out now. Yep.
Well, I don't know how dry he'd be. He did live in a moist underground dwelling.
Yeah.
I mean, but how moist? How long would the moistness last?
Probably
It
not
was-
long enough.
It was danky.
We've been gone for 2 weeks at this point.
So, what have you found out?
Well,
Was this
he has his- all
entire endeavor worth it?
I think, well, one, we think we have to go to a mining planet that they were mining gems on.
All
That's where we believe the orcs went. But it could be...
So they were here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a good idea for us, though, as well. I'm going to pull out one of the good gems
Mhm.
and sit it on the table. these can hold magic essence in them to power things later. I might be able to rig something with these that we could run the ship on in times of need. And this planet we're going to is also where they mine them from.
I don't know if it'll necessarily work. You'd have to understand how helms themselves work, and that's a complexity that most of us even don't understand. Once one ties themselves to the helm, they can't use magic, spells for the rest of the day. Even if you leave it, even now I am technically connected to the helm, even though I am away from it, though I may only pilot it when I'm on there.
It might be useful for other things though as well.
True. And it is not to say that your idea might not work, but it is a complexity more than just, I believe, plugging that in.
Well, no, I didn't think it would be that simple, but we could probably get a large store of gems from these mines.
Yeah. If nothing, they might be worth a bunch.
True. Gems that can store magical power would be very useful, and at least a pretty gift. Even if we are unable to find where this treasure is, it will make something of the trip. Do you know where this place is?
Nope.
We know it's in this system.
Yep, that's all we know. However, and I'm going to pull out that book that the Lich gave me, and the egg. I did also get this, which I will be researching while we fly to the next place. And I'm going to hold the egg out to her. Just if she's interested in, like, looking at it.
All right.
Have you ever seen something like this? Any idea what it might be? I have some reading material on it that our friend down on the planet gave us, but I haven't had a chance to look through it yet.
Yeah, she's his friend. It's actually her betrothed.
Shh. You just see, like, her hand, like, clap over Olog's mouth. Shh. I'll talk about that.
No, I don't know much about that. Sorry.
Well, hopefully there's something about it in the reading material that he provided me, so...
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna give Rachael. I had a book in Orcish and one in unknown language similar to Draconic.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave those with him to research.
Okay.
Oleg's just going to tell him that he's going to make copies of his notes, because he has, like, half a book full at this point, because he's been taking notes on everything.
All three of us are basically scholars in, like, scholar adventurers.
We are the best scout spies, whatever you want to call us.
Yeah.
Meticulous notes on everything.
Oh, and as a nice gift to Rachael, I'm also going to give him my green-brown feather that maybe he can make a quill out of.
Oh, also, we didn't see the manticore that we let loose on that world.
All right then.
Where to?
Now the fact is, you did make a mistake in something you said there, which I'll be nice enough because it has been a lot of weeks. He did say it was in a nearby sphere, not in the system. So it isn't another sphere, but one that you can easily travel to from here.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, same thing.
It's a slightly longer travel, but...
We would relay this.
Rachael will be like, that might not help. Perhaps this people you gained information from, we can find more stuff out from. Would anybody be willing to share the exact coordinates of us? Or at least the correct direction to leave this sphere from?
I'm gonna look over...
If we can find the correct sphere, if we can find where we would leave from this sphere, at least we could get in the flow in the correct direction.
I think Zirin would. At least be able to point us in the direction, maybe.
I can what now?
Yes.
Zirin. I think Zirin might be able to...
He's right next to you.
He just appeared.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like,
Hey!
everybody, like, draws weapons and stuff as he's, like, standing there behind you.
Yeah, I'd be like, no. He's friend. He's...
This is really nice. Wow.
You know, it's kind of creepy when you do that.
Yeah, a little warning would be wonderful.
Speak of the
What's the
distant
fun in
pleasure
that?
beast, and it shall appear.
Where's the fun in that?
Anyways, do you happen to know what my captain is asking for? And kind of like do the captain, Zirin, captain.
Mm-hmm. You wish to... I don't know if I want to necessarily give you that information. It's not that I feel like you'll do anything bad there, but it'd be dangerous. I mean, really
Big
dangerous.
cat eyes, like... No. Puss in Boots, like...
Yeah.
Look, the place is abandoned, but not completely. Not like
Oh,
those...
yeah, so just like the docks where your grandfather is.
Oh, you met.
Yes.
More than... Oh, yeah. I try to avoid him. It's for the best. Anyway, not like those, degenerates you saw back on the other world. These are those that stayed behind on purpose. They were an old honor guard. Left there by the Emperor to guard the place. And tales say though they haven't degenerated like our brethren, they've still gone a little crazy over the years. No one really wants to go there because it's hard to, well, convince them that you're not just a thief there. Usually when someone needs to go there for anything, we get the our emperor himself to come with us. Our lord, our king. However you want to really call him.
Well, could you get him, your Emperor Lord King, a chance to give us some kind of, like, documentation saying that we're allowed to be there, then?
It's less documentation when he actually shows up, and I don't think we want to tell him about you. He's probably not going to be too friendly towards your existence. You know...
We haven't done anything to offend him, have we?
Yet.
Shut up, Oleg.
Well,
I think our
he's going to take, like, a look around and, like, to your crew and be like, you folks, I'm a little understanding. I understand, you know, our old enemies, you know, they were particular individuals, each their own. There are plenty of my people that would look at you, claim invasion, and want to murder you all.
Fair enough.
Sounds about right, actually.
Would there be anything we could do to lessen that chance?
Well, if you could somehow keep yourselves quiet the entire time, you might be safe. It might be difficult if you want to explore the place, but it's a dark rock without light. What I know, what I've heard, none of them can see from their eyes anymore. But they could sense you in other ways.
That's not favorable.
Particularly noise you might make.
How could we get to speak with your emperor?
You would have to go to the capital, which I would not recommend, and I will not send you on that kind of death mission. Sorry. This is a dangerous enough mission if you really want to go there. And I can tell you which sphere to go to at least. Beyond that, it'll be up to you to find the place.
What if we were to be wed? You'd be introducing me as your potential
I might be able to
spouse.
arrange something. I don't know, it might take time still, even if we are wed. That might get you some help, but there are old transports I can take. Yes, you know what? Let us have the ceremony, if you wish for this. And,
Damn it.
my love, and, I will try to arrange things. If your ship would sail there, I could see if I could meet you there.
Technically flush.
Would that be acceptable? I can see what I can arrange.
I look to the rest of the crew and be like, if it will help us get to our destination, then I suppose I just would need to know what is going to be required of me before and after this ceremony.
Well, we would have to have some kind of ceremony in the village, which will take a few days to gather, but we could bring your ship up to the docks upstairs. Can it land in water? The captain will kind of like nod. So we could dock your ships. I mean, it would be a gesture of peace that my people would enjoy. Marriage between someone who, I guess, allies with those similar to our old enemies. Big event of it. I doubt we would want to invite anybody of true importance, just because, you know, old hearts. But our village itself should be fine. Then, of course, we would have to spend a number of days together. You know, at least a few.
Just slow blinking from Whisper, like, ugh. So what's going to turn into, like, what could be a couple days is now turning into, like, a week.
5 days, give me, and then you could head on your way.
And this would give us passage to...
I can give you passage to the sphere itself, but beyond that, it will take some time to possibly arrange things with the
Emperor.
And by the time you arrive in the sphere, I may have been able to take care of things. If you wish to try to explore on your own, that's fine. Or if when you find the place, you could wait there for us, we could see what we can do.
And she's just gonna kind of like slowly nod, just like, okay. Captain, if this is agreeable to you with it taking a few extra days.
She's gonna kind of give you a look and like be like, sure.
We might be also be able to get some more supplies at the village, Zirin.
Oh, yes. You could trade for some supplies, definitely. Give me a second here. What?
Go into the chapel and...
Sorry. People asking questions in the background.
It's okay, I started singing Going to the Chapel.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some sweet little fox cat baby things. Tabaxoons, I think we called them.
Tabaxoons, yes. All right.
Wow.
How do you feel about tabaxoons?
Tabaxoons.
Do you want someone from your crew to officiate? Or would you wish for me to find someone to officiate? Now, of course, the actual ceremony will have to be done on traditions for our people. Well, for my people. But perhaps we can share traditions and set something up.
Real quick question. Would Tabaxi have any kind of traditions?
I have no clue off the top of my head. They probably have something. But...
Some kind of, I imagine, very simple, primitive traditions because they live like in trees.
Yeah.
So, she'll just kind of shake her head and be like, we can go over the details once things are a little bit, because it's going to take a couple of days. So we have a few days to plan.
Okay.
And just kind of, she's just like, she's got that very like resigned look, like, he's not the worst person, I guess.
You have to you come home to your like a husband, and kids. Like, hey guys,
I am home. Yeah.
I got married in space.
Hey, it'll be one hell of a story when I return to my village.
Yes.
That's what I'm all about.
Space.
Exactly.
All right. He will head off to begin to get things ready, and told you to get your ship to the village as soon as you can.
Okay. So I think that would be our plan.
Okay.
To head in that direction, and while it's going to take a little bit to get there, right? Like a day or two, maybe?
Not quite a day. I mean, like a couple, like a couple hours. It'll probably take a little while for you guys to disengage here. And then as soon as you get in the atmosphere, your ship is really fast.
Okay.
You know, it's like, I think it's like 100 kilometers per hour or something it can go at, you know. It might be more than that. I can't remember the exact amount off the top of my head. But spelljamming ships within an atmosphere travel very fast. So.
Yeah.
Once we're back towards our bunks, I'm going to go, if you want, I did grow up in a church. I do know ceremony.
So, like, as you're requesting, like, Wizard just goes and climbs into her little hammock, like, face down, just, like, arms dangling offside, just, like, swaying, like, what am I getting myself into? I guess you can officiate. I don't really think it matters who officiates. No offense. Just, it's a thing.
Woohoo!
But if it's going to get us to where we need to go, at least then we can, you know, have what we need, and maybe we won't be as much of a nuisance. You know, nuisance? I was thinking more like a perceivable threat because we are now allies. No, we're still going to be a nuisance. We're just not a threat.
Look, just like bobs his head around. Yeah, I guess.
You know, because we're going to be allies. This better fucking make us allies.
After I'm going to spend some time finishing up my gun, and then I'm going to start working on a wedding present.
Oh, goody. Is it a cat? Is it a cat toy?
Haven't decided yet. Actually, maybe I'll make something that's a child's toy.
I will end you, sir. You're gonna wake up strapped to your hammock, dangling off the edge of the boat.
Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to imagine what a tabaxi and a fox child would look like, and make a doll.
All right, then.
Maybe like a little
animatronic.
Yeah, little like wind up one.
Yeah, wind up cat fox doll.
Cat fox.
Okay.
Woo. I would like to also pull out the book that the Lich gave me and read through it about the egg.
Okay, you will learn the following things. You will learn that you will finally figure out what your ring does.
It cracks an egg.
No, it is referred to as a ring of awakening. Effectively, normally, on normal circumstances, you can animate small objects once per day to do things with you for a couple of hours, to act as an animated object that you can command.
That's cool.
So, I mean, it's useful. You can animate an object of up to medium size. So, would it be okay for use in combat? But your Lich friend will inform you that this seems to be a compacted, through some kind of magic, egg of a stellar dragon. Some kind of magic has caused it to shrink. And he thinks that if you give it enough time and attempts to treat it correctly and then use your ring on it, you might be able to hatch it?
Probably not a good idea.
There's more to it than that, but... Well, stellar dragons you know nothing about.
Yeah.
Though he will describe them as the most peaceful and intelligence-full dragons in space. They also... Their young is between... is minimum of 30 feet long when they hatch out.
But this one's been compacted.
It will be 30 feet long when it hatches.
Oh.
A great worm is 2 million feet long at largest.
Probably not a good idea to hatch it. Just saying.
Well, it is a good idea, just not to hatch it on the ship.
Yes.
Just not here, in this room. On the ship.
In Rechan's room.
In Rechan's room, by all means. Awesome. I'm gonna just be reading this and be like,
Uh-huh.
all right, that's Well, that's not what I expected, but all right.
Uh-huh.
And totally just like hugging it too, like,
Uh-huh.
aw,
Uh-huh.
my baby.
There will be some warnings about it. Beware its breath weapon. It functions similar to it's a concentrated beam of, you're not sure what this word is, gravity?
Oh, lovely.
That functions as a, you're not even sure what this item is. Something called a sphere of annihilation? That sounds unpleasant.
Awesome.
I mean, it really sounds kind of strange, but...
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hatch it, and I'm going to just destroy everything in my path. Be like, you made me marry this crazy person. I did it for you.
At least you didn't have to marry the grandfather.
Yes. They also are peaceful, so it's like you have to, like...
Yeah.
So probably provoking it to attack will probably be just not easy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm going to roll a tinkerer check to see how well I make the doll.
Sure. Pretty well.
Bullock's not giving you a present. Just saying that now. He's just not going to.
That's fine. He's going to show up, so we're going to be happy.
I mean, is he though?
There will be cake.
Okay, he's probably showing up then.
I know.
I know. Cake will lure most people in.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So I guess you'll match as the Lich, and you'd be like, to like let him know that you're leaving.
Yes.
Yeah.
I shall be at the wedding.
Awesome.
Cuddles will watch my post for me.
Oh, I thought Cuddles was going to be our ring bearer.
Give me a moment. You there, fishman. I found a replacement.
That smells fishy to me.
It's just like one of those random Kuotoa guys.
Yeah.
You just put like somewhere in the middle, made some traps.
Like, no. I don't want him as the ring bearer.
No, he's the one that's...
No, he's going to watch things so he can bring...
Okay.
Cuddles.
Bring Cuddles.
Yes.
We have to have Cuddles at the wedding, guys. Like,
Obviously,
come
yeah.
on.
Cuddles is going to be like lying there. You're like, come on, Cuddles, bring us the ring. It's just still lying there.
Be like, Cuddles, I will catch you a giant fish. Or at least a fish.
Ash, but
on,
who's
come
going
on.
to walk you down the aisle?
Who's going to
Olog.
walk him down the aisle?
Olog should totally walk you down the aisle.
Oleg's definitely not walking you down the aisle. He's not.
I think you should walk me down the
The
aisle.
grandfather already thinks that you're her dad.
You just hear like Oleg sighing during this discussion.
Fine, I'll see if Valis will take me down the freaking
No, no,
aisle.
I'll do it.
No, you don't want to. And she's
No,
getting
I
like,
don't want to.
like you're being a butt.
No, at least I have.
At least you have one. I have a butt.
Cats don't have much of a badonka-dog.
I have an
Sorry.
asterisk. Yeah.
So your ship will then quite efficiently and quickly be able to travel, of course, to the village again. Welcome back. You'll make landing of your ship. It seems to be like an interesting mixed bag. You've got people that are like kind of looking on at you and like with kind of suspecting because of the people on board. And then there's a bunch that are kind of celebrating, you know, that there's upcoming nuptials. Because apparently he's already spread the word and it's already gone through the entire village.
Jeez. Well, he can travel really fast, so.
Yeah.
He just pops behind people. Hey, I'm getting married.
Yes. You actually aren't quite sure how he does it either.
Yeah. Because he hasn't told us still.
Mm-mm. Fascinating, fascinating. That boy there's got an interesting ability.
Hey, he
Yep.
could scare Reachhead if we were to go to the bathroom. Hey there!
Just bam, I'm here.
So you'll be able to, of course, settle into the village for a few days as things get prepped. Is there anything particular you want to do now that you've returned there? There will be some ceremonies that you, Whisper, will be taken to basically be educated on. There's apparently the wedding ceremony itself. He'll be kind of go over. You'll learn what you're supposed to do after the wedding for like some kind of celebration that happens after it. It seems this
It's pretty straightforward what I have to do after the wedding.
I mean, well,
just
yes.
saying.
Well, yes.
It's a pretty standard tradition.
What you didn't know is the village has to watch.
Ugh.
No. No. Though you might get Grandpa watching because he's creepy. That's not how you do it. You do it this way. Look.
Are you sure you know how Fox and Cat
let
do
me
it?
show you.
Let me show you. It doesn't work for me anymore, but I can demonstrate from some maneuvers here. Let me just take off my robes and start.
Nope. I'm going to figure out some way to cast like a dispel magic bubble around the room. Nope.
Am I getting some training on how to do the ceremony then?
Sure.
Yay!
You can totally become like. It seems that their ceremony is a little different. They have an entire opening of where they have the married folk under your, or the to-be married folk kind of under your duress, thank those that brought them here. Basically thank kind of your ancestors sort of thing. Mainly those that are present, though you could give thanks to others. Then you will have sort of what would be equivalent to our kind of end of the wedding ceremony, in the like right after that. Then there is a set of basically spirit/religious based material after that, and then after that, effectively you open up the celebration of to all around there and to share some stories of the people / the romance that exists between them, kind of thing. You know, some few stories.
Woo.
After which there is
literally a few stories.
Yes. Afterwards, there will be something akin to a luau that you'll be going to.
Luau.
Yes. With there will be, I guess, they traditionally use a kind of cake. They kind of traditionally make a kind of pudding of some type, but they could do a cake if you wanted one.
Both.
Okay.
It's my wedding. I get what I want.
Whisper, at least you know, since there's a luau, you'll get laid.
Everybody's getting laid at my luau. Including you, sir.
Not Olag.
No.
Oh, Olag's getting double laid.
Definitely not. Olag is like piecing out as soon as that ceremony's done for.
Oh, no.
But then you don't get pudding cake.
You don't get pudding and cake.
Look, he will have someone bring him pudding cake.
Nope.
You can only have it if you get laid.
You have to have the laid. Both of them.
Oleg is not happy with this, but he will do it for the cake.
He will do it for the cake.
Olag's not happy? I don't want to hear it, buddy. Don't want to hear it.
After which there is a kind of special dance that everyone participates in after the like the food ceremonies begin, like in between when the main meal is presented, and I would love to give permission to link, but I can't. I have to remember how to do that. And then they will have the two new spouses will effectively give a kind of special song which they sing to each other to affirmate their relationship. Before then, the final sort of dessert course comes in. After which, there will be a specific place for you two to spend the next couple of days together with. You know, and it will be
alone.
Yes, provided with enough food and water for you to be that you don't have to leave for a couple of days.
Awesome. I get to sleep for 3 days. Best cat nap ever.
Sleep for 3 days.
Without any of you harassing me.
Just sleep for a few days. But yes, anyway.
Exactly.
Exactly. So. And that seems to be the gist of the ceremony. Of course, Kellen will be the main officiation, but the chieftain himself will be there to assist. A couple of days will be going by. The place will be abuzz with all kinds of chatter and excitement, as it seems like the village is opening up to you and your crew. The ship itself will begin to be loaded up with materials. Of course, then, the ceremony will be beginning in the dawn of the third day. So after 2 days. And the ceremony itself is supposed to technically go all day with everything that happens. So it'll be a day-long event.
Awesome.
I just want to say I've started it with marriage, sweet marriage.
The whole time. Now, do I get pampered? Like, do I get the full, like, a nice bath and all, like, cleaned?
Yeah, you will be, like, cleaned up by a number of other women and put into, like, a more traditional gown type of thing. Which, unfortunately, because they are very tropical territory, it is very, like, it is skimpy on the actual, like, it's like, it's very bathing suity, but then with, like, kind of, almost like the, like silken things hanging down from it, and then, like, a special kind of, wreath and headdress that's kind of put on.
Okay, so it's probably not too crazy different from what, like, her tribe would be.
Yes.
Kind of used to. Very primitive.
Yes.
Coconuts.
Yes. Coconuts. I mean,
all I can think of is Timon and Pumbaa from a Lion King.
Hooah! A series of 6 coconuts.
Hey, I do not have that many teeth.
Anyway,
you mean counting my nipples while I'm sleeping?
Well, I did need to make that. I tried to make that doll as accurate as possible.
I just wake up and you're sleeping.
All right.
Hey, good morning.
Why don't we take our second break then, and when we get back, we'll finish up with the wedding and move on to what's going on after that. Move on to beginning your travels to the next location. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Go to the bathroom, get a drink, etc. And we'll return with more Treasure of the Lost Legion. Apparently the wedding episode, which I did not see coming, so...
Don't worry, I got this party to rave, guys.
You did. Okay. Let's rave off into the break.
Only one of us has a flashing light.
I know, it's true.
Boop,
All right.
boop, 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 boop.